Hi there, I'm Alex from the Southern Ukulele Store, and ignore the noise in the background. We are open for business as I film this today, but I couldn't come in early, and I had two ukes I really wanted to show you. So we've got two very different, one quite understated traditional style 8-string ukulele, and then one all singing, all dancing, bells and whistles, luthier built master instrument. So two very different, very cool instruments, both worth your attention to look at today. In fact, I'm just debating which one to start with. I'm going to say let's start with a De Silva. Okay, the first ukulele we're going to look at today is this absolutely stunning, one-of-a-kind De Silva custom tenor. The serial number for this ukulele is 414. It's quite an interesting ukulele in that we've been part of the history and we've been part of its inception and the final build process. The ukulele was first shown to us in pieces at the 2020 NAMM show, ready to be finished and assembled. The pandemic meant that there were some delays in terms of what Mike could do to finish the ukulele. And also I think that Mike has been kind of suffering a bit health-wise recently. I think he's perfectly fine, but his time to build an instrument has increased, and 18 months later this ukulele finally arrived at our doorstep. What do you need to know about it? Well, first of all, it looks unique because of the abalone flake. Let's look at that sound hole for a second. That's crushed abalone flake inlaid, which is an incredibly time-consuming process and something I don't think Mike wants to repeat any time in a hurry. And then you can follow that all the way to this headstock here. And I admit this ukulele isn't going to be for everyone. If you're a traditionalist, if you're a purist, or somebody that doesn't like bling, this might not appeal to you in the same way as a really nice piece of curly koa. But the effort that went into building this De Silva is unquestionable. You have a Sitka spruce top, a really nicely aged dark Sitka spruce top with that crushed it's imitation abalone, not real abalone, imitation abalone on the rosette. You also have front binding that you can see there, which is that imitation abalone as well, paired with curly koa. I'll show you some close-ups so you can get a better look at that. The back and sides is zero coaty, solid zero coaty. Many of us will be familiar with laminate zero coaty instruments, stuff like Carla, Freshman. Lots of brands use a laminate zero coaty because it's a nice dark wood with lovely pieces of light orange sapwood. Solid zero coaty as a tone wood sounds a bit like rosewood or palfero. It has that close kind of projection to it. So you've got effectively a spruce and rosewood combination sound-wise on this instrument. It's a canon. Like all De Silvas, there's lots of projection there. You hear the definition on each note, as I'll show you in a moment. And I should just point out as well that the back also has that crushed abalone trim with curly koa. Really nicely sets off against that zero coaty, doesn't it? You've got browns, oranges, blacks, shades of purple, oranges, sparkle. You've got a bit of everything. You have a 38mm nut width on De Silva with a nice round neck, the kind of neck that you can tell other people have copied. Things like Takumi and some of the modern kawaii ukuleles remind me of this neck. And Mike has been one of the premier builders in the ukulele world, certainly in this century. Everyone knows Mike De Silva, and he's probably most famous for his James Hill model, which is a similar wood combination to this, admittedly with koa back and sides, but the same kind of Sitka spruce top on the James Hill model. And you have Mike's inlays. I don't know the story behind his inlays, but this seems to be something we've seen on a few of his ukuleles in recent years. I'm sure somebody in the comment section will tell me what I'm missing there. And then finally, the most unique quirk about this instrument, which was a surprise to us, but easily explained, is when the sides for this ukulele were being bent by Mike, there was a small crack, and rather than abandon a really good piece of wood, what he's done is fill the crack in with that imitation abalone. So I'm going to sound a bit like a salesman here because that is my job, but it's got that Japanese wabi-sabi about it, where the beauty of an item like this is as much in its flaws as in the qualities of it. So I love it. This certainly wouldn't put me off, but I'm sure if somebody out there, if the price doesn't put you off, then that kind of thing may well do. In the interest of fairness though, I'm going to play it for you now, and then we're all going to fall in love with it, and hopefully a few of you will club together with me and we can all buy it. Anyway, let me give it a play and see what you think. Hopefully you're still with me. I could see why you might just want to go and have a cigarette and maybe lie in bed after seeing that De Silva ukulele. But if you are still with me, let's take a look at something completely different. That's the best way to proceed. So let's look at this absolutely gorgeous Kanile'a K3 8-string. We've never had a K3 8-string before, and I saw it as an option on the price list a while back, and I thought, yes, somebody out there has been waiting for this instrument to be made, I can tell. The K3, if you're not familiar, this particular one is select koa, so it's kind of standard koa with shades of horizontal and vertical grain. It has a nice spider's web effect to it when we look up close. With a maple rosette, a really nice figure piece of maple for the rosette, and then tortoiseshell, a slightly purple tortoiseshell binding on the front and back just to offset against the koa. Kanile'a 8 strings retain that normal nut width of the Kanile'a. When I measure it, I can't quite tell if it's a 38 or a 39, but it certainly feels like a 38 with a normal string spacing. So the strings aren't too close together. You have quite a lot of room to play, but what you have is an 8 string designed and built by a company with a long history of 8 string ukuleles. Joe Souza himself, the master builder at Kanile'a, is an 8 string guy. Began playing ukulele with 8 strings when he was a kid, and this is carried forth, so they've always been very good at this kind of thing. My favourite feature is the 4 on a plate machine heads. So you have stacks of the machine heads that are very lightweight but have very deliberate, like unapologetic chunky gears to them. So you know, there's a big turn ratio on them, they're very accurate, and I don't feel like you have to spend your whole life retuning this like you do with some other 8 strings. The strings share the pin bridge, so you still have a 4-pin bridge. It's not overly built. It can be a bit fiddly to restring, but once it's there, what you get is this. So let's give the Kanile'a K3 T8 a play and see what you think. Wow, there you have it, folks. We've looked at 2 absolutely fantastic ukuleles today, but which was your favourite? I know that the 4-string players out there, you're going to love the De Silva, but maybe the abalone flake isn't for everybody. And if you're an 8-string person, that Kanile'a is unique, man. You're not going to see many of them, are you? If you have any questions, you can give one of us a call on 01202 430 820, or you can email me in store at alex@ukulele.co.uk. Got something really exciting coming up in the next few weeks from Flight, but in the meantime, I recommend that you like this video, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. I would love to reach 10,000 subscribers. In fact, maybe we're going to do some kind of giveaway based on subscribers in the near future, so you could get a head start on that now. Anyway guys, have a good day, take care, and I'll see you soon.